Good morning. So we're live. Just heads up. Good morning. I'm Staff Sergeant Bunda, and I'll be your narrator for today's ceremony, honoring Second Lieutenant Q-Ho David Lee as he is promoted to the rank of First Lieutenant. The promotion ceremony is a time-honored and cherished military tradition, one we are pleased to share with you today. The presiding officer for today's ceremony is the Commander, 14 Contracting Squadron, Major Wesley Beto. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Please join me in a warm welcome to our special guest joining us today, watching live via FaceTime, Lieutenant Lee's fiancée, Joanna Kim. It is now my pleasure to introduce today's presiding officer, Major Wesley Beto, to say a few words about Second Lieutenant Lee.
We want to turn this so you can see. All right, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Hope everyone's doing well today. Just want to thank all of you for joining us today for Lieutenant Lee's promotion ceremony. And thank you, Joanna, for FaceTiming in. I know you're proud of your fiance, and this is a big day, so welcome everyone. And this is, like I said, a big deal. This is the Air Force recognizing Lieutenant Lee for all he's done for the Air Force the last 2 years, and increased responsibility within the Air Force. And the Air Force wouldn't promote if they didn't think he could make the next rank. So this just shows all the dedication that he's had over the last couple of years. And a little bit about Lieutenant Lee. So I've only been here about a week, so just learned that Lieutenant Lee is originally from Seoul, Korea, and he moved to the United States when he was 17 years old. He wanted me to make sure to let everyone know that his hobby is to work out. It's his favorite hobby. So, he has a gun show, as you can see. And he commissioned through ROTC, Reserve Officer Training Corps, through the University of Georgia in May of 2020. And he actually has a BBA, which is a Bachelor's of Business Administration in, this is a mouthful, Management Information Systems. And I actually had to Google this because I did not know what that degree is. And essentially it's a business administration degree with a focus in IT, right? So, you have your Common Core, and then they do a lot of IT classes. So that just shows how intelligent Lieutenant Lee is, because I don't think I can make it through that course, to be honest. And right after he, commissioned through ROTC, he joined us at Columbus Air Force Base and PCS here, where over the last 2 years, he's been really performing at a first lieutenant level. The number one, he's been a sponge the last couple of years, and that's one thing about Lieutenant Lee that I've noticed, even only being here a week and speaking with him over the last couple of months, is he's really been a sponge. The 2 years at Columbus, and that's really your job as a lieutenant, is to learn your craft, because the next time you're at an operational base might be when you're a commander, and that's my situation. I've never been back to an operational unit, so your time here is well spent. There may be opportunities in the future to go to operational bases, but you took every opportunity to make sure that you learned as much as possible, and that's important as a lieutenant. Another thing about Lieutenant Lee is his base involvement. So that's another thing that I've noticed. I think we went to Boston Buddy last week, and I thought that he was actually joining the crew from 14 Cons there, but he was actually having a meeting with the CGOC. So the fact that he's involved with the base, and knows what's going on and just really doing a lot of extracurricular activities says a lot about Lieutenant Lee. And another thing is he's a go-getter. I mean, all the additional duties, unit deployment manager, booster club president, unit control center rep, and Unite Funds rep, and I'm sure there's some that I missed, but you've taken every opportunity over the last 2 years to really understand the programs, which is very important to an operational unit. So just really appreciate all you've done with extracurricular as well as additional duties, because they're very important. And really, right now, he's also enrolled in a master's program for computer science. So he's already starting his master's degree. Really, until you're looked at for major, it's not really expected to have a master's degree. So he's already, as a second lieutenant, now first lieutenant today, working on his master's degree. So can't say enough good things about that. And finally, last but not least, he's been selected for a Green Door assignment. So what that means is Lieutenant Lee's going to go to a unit where he does super secret squirrel stuff. Classified. He's going to be in a classified environment doing contracting. And that's a competitive program that he was selected for early, because normally as a lieutenant, you're here 3 years. So that's, again, the Air Force recognizing all you've accomplished over the last 2 years, selecting you for that assignment. And the last thing I wanted to say today is, with everything going around in the world, it's a dark world right now with Ukraine, future peer potential conflicts with Russia and China, and Lieutenant Lee is the future. And so we're going to look to you to continue to hone your contracting craft and be a problem solver in the future. And, so just keep that in mind, and just appreciate all your hard work over the last couple of years. Again, I've only been here a week, and I can just tell what an amazing officer you are. And last thing, before I came here, Lieutenant Lee asked me if he could, or if I wanted him to make a reservation at the lodging on base, and he's like, "Sir, just let me know." So I let him know, and he made the lodging request and everything. And I found out the day I showed up that Lieutenant Lee actually used his personal credit card to do a reservation for his commander. So again, above and beyond, just wanted to end with that. But again, just really excited for this day, and thank you again for joining us. So we'll go ahead and start the ceremony.
Excellent. Lieutenant, please join us. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the reading of the promotion order.
Publish the order.
Attention to orders. The President of the United States, acting upon the recommendation of the Secretary of the Air Force, has placed special trust and confidence in the patriotism, integrity, and abilities of Second Lieutenant Q. Ho Lee. In view of these special qualities and his demonstrated potential to serve in the higher grade, Second Lieutenant Q. Ho Lee is promoted to the grade of First Lieutenant, United States Air Force, effective 28 June 2022, by order of the Secretary of the Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. At this time, Major Wesley Batesole will now pin on the next rank.
Thank you, sir.
Punch him.
Please stand as Major Batesole administers the oath of office.
Face. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your full name.
I, Q. David Lee,
Having been appointed a First Lieutenant in the United States Air Force,
having been appointed a First Lieutenant in the United States Air Force,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to support and defend
to support and
the
defend
Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I will take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
without purpose evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office upon which I'm about to enter.
of the office upon which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir.
It is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you the newly promoted Q Ho Lee, First Lieutenant, United States Air Force. Please be seated. Lieutenant Lee, the floor is yours, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Happy
sir.
Tuesday.
Cool.
Just first, I'd like to say thank you all for taking your time and coming out here, and a special thank you to Major Beto for being my presiding officer today. It's been a great 2 years here, mainly because I've met so many great people here at Columbus Air Force Base and of course 14 Cons. 2 years ago, I came to the unit as a brand new second lieutenant, and frankly, I had no idea what I was doing. So I want to say thank you everyone for guiding me in the right directions. You guys taught me what it means to be a leader and an officer, so I couldn't be here without you guys, seriously. And I truly think that this rank right here is the reflection of the hard work of those around me. So thank you all again for being patient with me the last 2 years. And lastly, special thank you to my fiance, Joanna, for joining me today from California. I couldn't have done it without your love and support, and I cannot wait to see you again and spend the rest of my life with you. I love you. Thank you all again for coming out today, and from now on, I'm a first lieutenant. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Lee. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. Thank you for attending and have a great day. Woo!